What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And well, in today's video I'm going to show you guys how I built and designed this Lego Acura NSX. So yeah, this process starts just about a month ago where I began designing this. So yeah, let's jump back in time and I'll show you my design process. Alright, so jumping into Bricklink Studio, which is the software you can see right here. Well, I basically started by using a lot of wedge plates to construct the front end. As you can see, I've got the bottom done right now, and yeah, basically at this point I started working on the sort of sloped sides that would make up sort of the part that would cover the headlights. This did take me a little while to design, in regards to the correct angle and how I was going to mount them. But once I got that, I then started working on the actual center hood section, which was actually not too hard to design. It's just pretty much a flat panel that is angled, and yeah, that ended up looking pretty good. With the front end design finished, I began working on the sides, where I actually first used this really long sloped piece. As you can see here, I actually didn't end up using this, and you'll sort of find out later on. But yeah, anyways, I continued working on the sides and then basically morphed into the rear design plus the sort of rear canopy design, which I just used a sort of sideways placed windshield, which actually worked quite well. The rear design was inspired by a few other people's NSXs, for example SP Lineups, as well as a few other builders on Instagram. Yeah, I'll link their names down below right here. And with the rear part done, well, that pretty much marks the first iteration of the finished car design. And I say first iteration because there was actually a lot more iterations that I didn't end up filming. I still did render each version though. Here is the first one, here is the second one with a bar going through the middle of the grille, which is much realistic. For the third version, basically the one on the right has a flat side, while the one on the left still has the really long sloping side. And then this version is the last design I prototyped digitally. It has a slightly slimmer side, as well as a all black canopy instead of like the red B-pillars. And so with the general design of the car all finished, I then went on to order all the pieces, which as you can see have already arrived. And yeah, basically now I'm just unboxing everything, unwrapping everything. Yeah, huge thanks to the Bricklink sellers for, just packaging the parts really nicely. And yeah, with that all done, it's now time to get building. Alright folks, so after all that time of designing and building, the NSX is finally finished, and you have to say it looks really great. I've always wanted to build one of these. It's basically like the Japanese version of a Ferrari, and yeah, it performed better than a Ferrari in a lot of aspects as well. This design's got quite a few features as well. I tried to make it as clean as possible, so like the fewest amount of gaps and studs. Pretty much there are only a few gaps, and that'll just be like right here, and these studs right here. But yeah, other than that, it is a very smooth and sleek looking model. And even though it does look pretty sleek, it actually uses very few curved parts. It uses a lot of just flat parts that are sloped instead of like actual curved parts themselves. Pretty much the whole headlight assembly and the part that covers it is on this slope right here. The outside of the headlight is actually fixed, but the inside is on this sloping part. And I did include all the vents in the front that the real car has. It's got these side vents right here, as well as the center vent with the actual bar separating it. And isn't something I actually at first was planning on including, but pretty much just made it into the design. The side design is also very clean. It's got an indented part right here with the little vent right there. Unfortunately, because of this, the doors do not open, they're just fixed, but it also does make this model a bit more rigid with the fixed doors. The canopy itself is also very smooth. It's got the windshield right here without the printings, unlike my F40 Moc, which has the windshield with the red printings. And yeah, some NSXs actually did have the red B-pillars, but some of them didn't. So yeah, I choose to make the one with the completely black canopy. But you can make it the other version by simply swapping out the windshield, as well as making this part right here in red. The rear part of the canopy also just came out looking really nice. It's probably one of my favorite parts. You can actually see the engine here through the back windshield, which yeah, I really love. It's a really nice, I guess, like Easter egg of this model. Moving back, we've got the iconic light bar that the NSX has. It's just made of a lot of transparent pieces, as well as these brackets right here to pretty much hold the sides of the light bar on, as well as to fix the sides of the wing on. The bumper is fairly simple, but you know, it is a pretty realistic design. And also, I did include this exhaust system down here. You can also see the muffler from behind, which looks pretty nice. It definitely looks kind of like a mid-engine exhaust setup, which makes sense because this car is mid-engine. So that's pretty much all I have for you about the exterior, but I did include a interior. As you can see, it's got these maroon seats. Yeah, very like classy seat look. Definitely complements the red exterior, as well as a steering wheel and a gear shifter. And the steering wheel is on the right side because it's a Japanese car. Oh yeah, overall it's just a really great model to you know, display, whether you're like a Lego fan or a car fan, you know. For me personally, I also think it just looks really great with my F40 Moc. You know, they're both fairly similar in design, both red, both mid-engine, both kind of have that, you know, like wedge sort of shape. So with this all said, thank you guys so much for watching once again. Really hope you liked the video and the model. And yeah, the instructions for this will be coming very soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that. They're gonna be coming on Rebrickable. And yeah, a lot more JDM cars to come, also some trucks. You know, I know I haven't made a video in quite a while. I'm trying to sort of upgrade the quality, but also, you know, that does take some time and I've been a bit busy. But yeah, I will try to upload a little bit more often. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And anyways, thanks for watching once again and see you in the next one.